All right, guys, we got a good show for you today. We have a big group of people. We have Michael, my roommate. We have Sam Cohen. We have Eli Whiblin. We have Jonah Durr. We have Paul. I forget your last name. My bad. We have Zach, and we have Steven. Thanks for coming on, boys.
Having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be crazy. We got a bunch of boys on. We're going to talk sports. You know, this could be awesome or this could be terrible, but either way, people will watch it. NBA, okay, we're going to do a segment. We're going to say start, bench, cut. I'm going to go around. Everyone's going to say who they would start, bench, or cut. First one up is we have Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, or DeMarcus Cousins. Start, bench, cut. Michael.
I'll start.
Okay, Sam, you got it.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you were.
Oh, Sam, you got it.
Start Drummond, bench Blake, cut Cousins.
Okay, Michael.
I'm gonna go the same.
Okay, anyone else have anything different than that?
I do.
Okay, Paul.
I'm starting Griffin. You guys gotta see. He may act injured right now, but he was trying to play himself out of Detroit.
He's nothing like his
always been injured.
Okay. I'm just saying. He's playing unmotivated basketball. He's playing unmotivated basketball right now. I believe 2 years ago, he was an all-star. Keep that in mind. He doesn't even need to he's a great playmaker. Great scorer. Drummond.
He's definitely past his prime, though. They're all past their prime. Drummond can drop 30
all three of them, yeah.
rebounds and have no impact on
So then my second player, I would probably bench Cousins because I think he gives more.
Nah, bro.
He brings more to the table.
Nah, Cousins is one injury away from being in the hospital forever, bro.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying. DeMarcus Cousins.
Okay.
Provide.
Big of a liability.
Okay.
I will say when the Nets traded for Blake Griffin, he agreed to come off the bench. So they don't even think he's a starting player.
That is
well. That's because they want to use him as a center because they don't have size.
No,
they already have a starting center. Plus, they have KD at the 4, so they don't really need him to start anyway.
I think they'll work Blake Griffin more into the rotation as the year goes on. That's what I think. I think they're going to give him more minutes if they see
with all the firepower
doing this thing.
With all the firepower the Nets have, they don't even need him to start. They can put him off the bench unless they win.
I still think they need a defender down low, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You can't lock shit up.
I just want to say,
I think
Drummond is averaging 17.5 points per game with 14 rebounds on 48% shooting, and Cousins is just not even barely playing this season because he's been hurt. And when he's on the court, he's not even averaging 8 rebounds and not even averaging 10 points.
But you got to put in perspective.
On 37% shooting.
Okay, that's fair. But you got to put in perspective. Andre Drummond is on they're both on horrible teams. But I think Drummond has been doing the same thing, empty stats, for his whole career.
That's
it works. He plays his. I think I agree with Sam on this one. I think he just plays his role, and I think if any team needs a rebounder, Drummond can do it in his prime or out of his prime. He's still putting up 10, 15 rebounds.
How old is Drummond? Is he I think he's still 27 or 28. He's not. He's not old. He's been in the league.
But DeMarcus Cousins isn't young. I think Cousins is a year older than him.
Nah, Boogie's older. I think.
He's 30.
Boogie's 30s.
Oh look, I'm looking right now.
Well, guys, you got to remember.
30. He's 30.
Yeah, and what's Drummond? 28.
I'm looking right now. Drummond is.
I just think if any championship team needs a rebounder, I think Drummond just fills that category.
Drummond's only 27.
Yeah. He's just been in the league since he was 19.
Yeah.
It's like Aaron Gordon's been in the league for 8 years. You would never believe that. He's 26.
Yeah.
He's the guys come when they're 19 years old.
I know, it's nuts.
Okay, so can we agree that depends on the situation of your team for that?
No.
I think you're just a biased Nets fan that sees that Cousins is probably coming soon.
Drummond is more likely to come to our team than Cousins?
No, Drummond didn't get bought out yet, but yeah, I get.
But he will be. No one's trading for him. Who's trading for him?
He wants to go to the Lakers. He said that.
I could see Drummond would be perfect.
I don't think the Lakers need him. They already have centers.
Well, you know what? We'll leave that for today another time. I got one more I really want to ask. Okay? Listen. We have Devin Booker, right? We have Donovan Mitchell and we have Trae Young. Start, bench, cut.
They play different positions. It's tough. If it was like Levine,
That's why I said that one. Who you value better, though?
I'll start again.
Okay, Sam.
Start Booker, bench Spida, cut Trae Young. I hate how Trae Young plays basketball. It's so annoying to watch.
Sam, you infuriate me. Devin Booker is the most overrated star in the league.
Totally disagree.
When has he ever won by himself?
Last year, weren't the Nets? When
when is Trae Young won by himself?
He's so young.
When is Spida won by himself? Spida has all the other talent on the Jazz.
No, but it'd be interesting though if it was Levine and not Young though. Like that, then I would. Then
I think Donovan Mitchell is better than both of them. Better defender, better scorer, more efficient scorer, and his team has been great every year.
It's like I'm talking to Max Kellerman
in his whole career.
It's like Max Kellerman, bro. There's no shot that Donovan Mitchell is better than Devin Booker.
Dude, defender, he's better. Efficiency, he's better.
He's better on defense.
I would say Devin Booker might be a better scorer, but who does it more efficiently?
Who would you bench though, Trae Young or Devin Booker?
I'd bench Devin Booker. I personally hate Trae Young. I think he's overrated.
He's so garbage.
I hate the way he plays basketball because he always draws the foul. He did what Harden used to do with like the drawing of the fouls. It's like a dirty way to play basketball, and it really pads his stats. His team also was expected to do great things this year. They were expected to be like top 5 team. They are not even in the playoffs.
I'm looking right now. Per game, Donovan Mitchell and Booker are like the exact same player.
Exactly.
Okay. So
it's just what you value more. Point guard.
Yeah, who do you want the ball? Who do you want with the ball?
I'd rather Donovan Mitchell take it up.
But Donovan Mitchell plays the 2, and so does Booker. Who do you want with the ball when there's 5 seconds left for a shot? Devin Booker.
I'd go Booker.
All right. Does anyone have something different than, correct me if I'm wrong, start Devin Booker, then we have Donovan Mitchell is the bench, and we cut Trae Young. Does anyone have something different than that?
Other than me.
Other than Max Kellerman.
Does anyone else? If not, I'm going to switch to another segment.
Benching Booker.
What'd you say, you want?
Starting Mitchell, benching Booker, cutting Trae Young.
That's what I did.
All right, same as Paul. Okay, we're going to get to a different thing. We're going to do an NFL would you rather. I'm going to say 2 players. Who would you rather have? We'll go around, starting with Michael, work our way down. We have Jameis Winston, Cam Newton. Who would you rather have?
Cam Newton.
Okay, Sam.
Winston.
Eli.
Cam Newton all the way.
Joe.
Winston.
Okay, Paul.
Winston, what? I mean, I'm a Panthers fan.
How can you say Cam Newton?
Cam Newton should be bagging at ShopRite. He's so old.
He's like,
I'll go Jameis Winston, bro.
Okay, Zach. Yeah.
I like Cam.
Okay, so
Cam doesn't even have an arm anymore.
I'm gonna let you guys argue about this for a minute because it was almost 50-50, I think.
Yeah, okay.
That's embarrassing for us.
Yes, Jamin Winston has terrible eyes apparently, and had a 30-30 season in the NFL, which in the MLB would be great, but not in the NFL.
Yeah, it's true.
He still led the league in passing yards and still threw for 30+ touchdowns.
33.
33, yeah.
That's true.
I'm taking that over Cam Newton, who, MVP, went to a Super Bowl. He cannot throw. He's injury prone. And after being a Jet fan from watching the Patriots a good amount, because just division, he doesn't even look like him his old self.
He's washed.
Jameis Winston came into that playoff game and threw a bomb down the field for a touchdown for the Saints.
You guys are talking right now.
I would say
like 5 years ago, I'd probably take Cam.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, that's obviously.
That's what we're saying. That's what he's saying.
We're saying right now.
Sam brought up his prime.
Okay.
So Sam said
that was last year. There's a difference between last year, I'm not talking about 2020 because I still consider that this past season. 2019 was, I think that was, the 30.
That's 30-30.
Cam was 5 years ago. That's a big difference between a year.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think Winston. I think Winston still has a lot of great football left. He's pretty young.
Oh, he definitely.
I think if he goes to like the Saints or back to the Saints or to a Steelers team, like a very good culture, I think he just needs the right fit because he was a Pro Bowl quarterback at one point.
he
when I
could
was
be,
growing up, 1 second, sorry. When I was growing up, Cam Newton was like my favorite quarterback when he was in college. He was so electric. He was just so fun to watch, but he cannot do nearly the same stuff that he could do like 5 years ago or even like 3 years ago. He's just a shell of himself.
Yeah.
I think it could be like the next Tannehill. Like good coaching. He's apparently fixed his interceptions problem. Tannehill left Adam Gase, went to Tennessee, and then since being at Tennessee, he's led the league in passer rating and like touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think with a good coaching system and a good scheme, Winston can do the same thing.
All right, I'm going to switch to another one. I did want to get one thing in on it. If I was a coach, right, and I had an opportunity to sign Cam Newton to a veterans minimum and bring him as a backup, I would bring him in for his experience. I feel like he could really mentor. He doesn't have anything bad to a locker room. When has he ever done anything bad? I'm just going to add that. But
if your team and you're drafting Justin Fields, I think Cam Newton's a good guy to bring in as a backup because they're a similar type of player.
I mean, he's not like a terrible human being. So that's why I wanted to ask for this. All right, next one. We have Le'Veon Bell or Leonard Fournette. Who would you rather have?
Oh, Leonard Fournette easily.
Fournette.
Yeah.
Anyone? Le'Veon Bell.
His career just isn't the same since he held out that 1 year.
I feel like we're just also saying that because of the Super Bowl, like a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What? Because of that Fournette touchdown and how he won?
Yeah, like a little bit. I don't know. I still think Le'Veon's very versatile. Like if you look at what he did, and like he obviously, he dropped off like 1 year he didn't play, but I just think he just needs to get back into football more and just be in the right system. Because like with the Steelers, he was literally like we were saying like he's like the potential like Hall of Famer of like all-star like top 3 running back. So I just think he just needs to get adjusted.
It's also not he was put in a system on the Jets with Gase who
I agree. He was put in a terrible position. They were relying on him. He hadn't played football for a year.
Yeah, he went where careers go to die. He went to the New York Jets.
Yeah. Do you guys believe in Le'Veon Bell? Do you think he can resurrect himself?
No, I mean no, but what's it called?
I mean,
I think Fournette. I just think Fournette in that Super Bowl looks so explosive. Like he's still got a couple prime years left, and I don't know if I can say the same thing about Bell. I think the year off really hurt him. And I think I don't think he should have done that because I think he ended up making up less money.
Steven, Fournette's only 26. I would say he has a lot more than just a couple prime years left in him.
No, yeah. I mean, like, no, but usually running backs, like, 30s, like where they start.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was like 25, 26. Yeah, he's 26, though. Yeah, I mean, he's just elusive back. I mean, I don't think he's going to end up with Tampa Bay. I saw he's going to go like maybe Seattle or something like that, but I think he's a great pickup to try to bolster a running game.
I'm going to let Eli get one quick thing in, and then I'm going to switch to the next one. Would you want to say?
I feel like Le'Veon Bell, he just like with that year off, like he was like on the Steelers, like he was like so versatile, but like I feel like he's just like he's kind of just dying. Like he's at like the Jets, like he's just like
We're not with the Chiefs, but yeah.
What?
He's with the Chiefs now, but yes.
Okay. But I feel like he's just not like he just can't get back to his old stuff. I mean, now if he's in the right environment, gets put back in like that supportive environment, then like maybe. But I just feel like it's already like kind of too far gone for him.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. We got an interesting one. Who would you rather have, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? We're gonna go in the prime.
Oh, Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady. Yeah.
Brady's the
Easily.
goat.
Brady. Yeah.
7 rings, more than any NFL
Prime. I'm not saying right now. I'm saying prime.
I'm saying prime.
You're
talking his whole career.
Regular
Yeah.
season, maybe
The best man you've ever seen of Manning, the best you've ever seen of Brady. Who would you rather have?
All right, so here's like the thing. Obviously, Brady's the best quarterback of all time. Most touchdowns, I think, right now. Most yards, I think, right now, maybe second, and the 7 Super Bowls. But skill-wise, Peyton Manning was a better quarterback in there.
I can agree with that.
Peyton Manning won 4 MVPs.
I think that Brady is more of a system player.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think if you want a quarterback in the playoffs and you just want a quarterback to always be clutch for you, you take Brady. But if you want a guy like that will win you the most games and do the most on the field, you go with Peyton Manning.
But the best regular season quarterback of all time is Peyton Manning. And the best crunch.
Peyton won 4 MVPs. Brady won 3.
Exactly. But if you mean crunch time, I'd rather have Eli over Peyton, but that's different. But I definitely think Tom Brady's.
He's just saying
a conversation about Eli, though.
He
Oh,
said
I'm just
you-
saying. I mean, in crunch time, I mean, I rather have Eli than Peyton.
We get it. You're a Giants fan, but keep Eli
No,
out.
but Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. I can't pick. And his season last year is better than like 90% of quarterbacks will ever have in their careers at the age of 45.
In my
Like,
opinion, we're
nuts.
discussing 1 and 2 right now. I think Payne's the second best quarterback of all time.
over Montana.
I think so. So I think it's like
Montana's too.
you could really go either way, and you just won't go wrong. But in my opinion, talent-wise, like Manning, better arm. Manning probably can run better in their primes than Brady. Brady cannot run
They
for
both
anything.
they both run up. Yeah, they both can.
I don't think no one reads a defense better than Peyton Manning. I think out of any quarterback in history, from just like obviously I'm not.
Who has more interceptions?
What'd you say?
Who has more interceptions? Because Brady's thrown like his fair share of picks. Like he's won a lot, but he had like does throw a decent amount of interceptions.
And I think like in his first couple of years, he was like up in the teens, maybe like low 20s in picks before he really got into his groove.
Peyton set the rookie record for most interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did.
You
It's not
did.
Daniel Jones.
What?
It's not Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Danny
No.
did not say.
Danny,
Times.
Michael, you got anything on your boy Tom Brady?
I mean, I'm pretty new to this. I'm sticking with Tom Brady, man. The man switched teams, took one receiver with him, and won a Super Bowl. So I'm going Tom, man. I don't see how anyone can be.
Not a receiver. He took a 30-year-old tight end who was
Oh,
retired.
tight end,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
couple
It
years,
just
maybe.
I don't know. It's just the goat. I'm gonna go
Okay,
Tom.
I was gonna do MLB top 5, but I want to save that for another time because Michael, you're new to this American sports culture.
I need to learn all of it. Yeah, this is all new to me.
Listen, guys. So we have to make one thing. We have to take this kid to a Knicks game. We have to take him to a Nets game. We have to take him to different games, and we got to teach this guy culture. Nothing can be more cultural than the MJ LeBron debate. But listen, I'm not going to say who's the best. I want to say who would you rather have in their prime, not stats-wise, just the best of both worlds.
Michael Jordan.
I'm going
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah.
They
Michael
are
Jeffrey Jordan.
two completely different type of players. LeBron could play any position, any of the 5 on the court, and MJ really could only play the 2 or the 3. LeBron's playing at a time when it's much more physical. Like if you put them in a wrestling match, LeBron would kick his ass. No,
Well,
I took that back.
MJ.
Wait, not more physical. I said that wrong. Not more physical.
If you breathe on
The
LeBron,
athletes are built differently now. It was more physical back then, but they're different type of athletes now.
I know the athletes are different, but if Jordan went in the paint, he had 4 guys beating the crap out of him.
I was
when
gonna
he
say
got
they
down
tried
there.
to injure him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've said it
Like-
wrong, but
No,
I think
I know.
skill wise,
Mhm.
like Tom Brady, the clutchness, you got to go MJ.
Mhm.
He's the best
Yeah,
of all time.
still for sure.
Yeah, I think you could say like phrase it like in their primes, but I feel like it's still to us the greatest of all. Like who's like the best? You know what I'm saying? No matter how you look at it, I'd go Jordan.
We also never watched Jordan.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And I
true.
mean, yeah, like you're like before Jordan, but I mean, just like his like chemistry, like the way, like his character on the court, like the refs used to ask him like if like it was a foul. Like I feel like LeBron's just like he's just not he just doesn't have that same like magic that MJ has.
But Jordan knows he's the greatest. Just have to like flaunt it. Like LeBron James literally said, he goes, yeah, when I beat the Warriors, that made me the greatest of all time. I don't think Michael Jordan has ever said that. He just lets his game do the talking.
I think
I mean,
he doesn't flat out say it, but I always thought that the reason he was like a big part of why The Last Dance was made, and it wasn't just about that last season, it was his entire career. I think the reason he wanted The Last Dance to be made is
LeBron won the
to remind
final.
everyone that, you know, he's still better than LeBron.
Mhm.
That's
Also,
cool.
like the mentality, I watched a little bit of it too, and like how they described like Jordan's mentality and how he saw the game. I don't see that same
It's
type of
interesting.
mentality, like
Drive.
aggressiveness.
Guys,
To,
you think you got
I
to
agree.
It's like
how many players? I think every single player in today's game is inspired by Michael Jordan.
Mhm.
You got to put that in perspective too.
I actually
because they watched him when they were kids. Now,
Exactly.
this generation is going to be inspired by LeBron. No,
I
like you
just
see the
had this
players
type
coming
of-
up.
I just had this type
Oh.
of debate with my camp friends. It's not like it wasn't LeBron MJ, but it's like what's more popular or more influential, Beatles or MJ? And we went with MJ.
That's
Like
fair. I mean,
MJ has changed like, yeah, the Beatles. I know I'm bringing in music here, but the Beatles have changed music, but MJ was the 90s basketball.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, everyone grew up wanting to be like Michael Jordan.
be like Mike,
Be like Mike. And he never lost to Jason Terry and the Mavericks.
I'm gonna get off topic a little bit, but imagine, I feel like also like in that early 2000s, a lot of kids grew up idolizing Allen Iverson. A lot of kids.
And Kobe.
I think Kobe.
But Allen Iverson, I thought because of like they had that court case, and he was like everyone thought of him as like that inner city kid. A lot of inner city basketball players, kids looked up to Allen Iverson. He was influential. I mean, he was the guy that brought the tattoos to the league, and he changed that culture. I don't know.
I feel like
the
that's
street
a
ball-
lot of Philly, though. I feel like AI's outreach wasn't that far away from the Philly area. When guys like MJ and Kobe were more of the country.
Global, yeah, worldwide. When
Kobe went
to Japan, and they're all going crazy for him. It was just, I watched that video where the guy was like, I didn't realize, how famous he was until we went to Japan, and everyone's running up to him asking for autographs. He's like,
Michael,
I'm nothing compared to this guy.
I think you would know that best of all of us, since you're like new to this.
Worldwide, I mean, I can tell you, yeah, these are the players. I know him. I lived in Dubai.
You
It's
can
like,
tell. That's something to be.
everyone knows who Kobe is. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you got to think about Jordan's influence. Like, he literally built Nike. Like, before he signed with Nike, Nike was not like the big basketball shoe company.
His own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to have your own brand in Nike, that you've made it then, haven't you?
Yeah. Michael would know. He's an Under Armour kid at.
I'm forcefully an Under Armour kid. We wish every day we were sponsored by Nike, or just not.
The day me and Michael get some Nike from Lafayette, we'll be happy.
My God. Speaking of, the coach just asked me for my pant size today and my shirt size, so we're getting the stuff.
Yes.
Soon.
You're away from Under Armour and that crap.
Oh, finally.
Wait, Luke, is the tennis team? Is it Nike or
Nike?
Yeah, I heard the soccer is Puma though. I saw, isn't it?
Yeah. They're Puma.
Yeah, I saw
That makes sense. I feel like Puma is the Nike of soccer.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even though Nike is also just as popular in soccer as it is in every other sport.
That's true.
All right. You know what? I think this went pretty well for a first time, guys. In campus, imagine these screens as chairs, and we're sitting around talking. We're just trying to get a little introduction. These boys, you'll definitely see them on once we get like a little studio. We have Michael, we have Sam, we have Eli, Joe, Paul, and we have Zach, and we have Steve. And thanks for coming on, boys.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me.
having us.